What's going on, guys? Good morning to all you guys watching the channel. Even if you're watching it right now or if you're watching it down the road, I just want to say to all of you guys, welcome. Welcome to the first of many live streams on the MEB board that are coming, guys. I'm very excited about doing this for you guys. First of all, I want to say thank you to all you guys that have been supporting me all this journey until now. I'm very appreciative about what you guys have done for me as far as what the channel goes. But I'm also very excited about you guys' life and where you guys are getting, where you guys are going, where you guys are coming from. It's just a mix, of great experiences that I've been going through, in the last years, let's say. I just want to give you a heads up. There's today's Super Bowl Sunday. There's a family in the house. There's going to be a little bit of noise. I'm going to try to manage my microphone like that, so you guys don't hear the house noise. But the one thing that I tell you is gonna be a noisy video. Okay, this is not it's not gonna be a one of those where you go only hear my voice. Okay. So on the chat we got Diesel. Diesel is a good friend of mine, So and he's also you guys can see the wrench next to his name. He's also a moderator in the chat. Okay, in my channel. So. So far, we only have one moderator on the channel, and then the reason why he got that authority is because he's been proven, over and over that he's out here to help other soldiers, other veterans. So if you have any questions, please ask me, please ask him, and we'll be able to clarify whatever. I went through the military med board process, especially with the U.S. Army. He is as right now almost done, and we are very excited. We're very excited about where we're going with his where he's going with his family, with his retirement. Okay, so let's start with the question. Question number one that he asked, that Diesel is asking is, what are the difference between the 90 to 100% in the state of Texas? And I'm pretty sure that he's talking about the different benefits, in a few minutes. Very respect. Okay, so guys, so the main thing that comes to mind, okay, the main things that we comes to mind right here is that it's and it's the biggest, for you guys retiring out of the military, not just for him, for anybody listening, guys, is that in the state of Texas, you pretty much got two main brackets. You got one bracket of veterans who are. That's my ring light, by the way. Let me lower that. Excuse me. I'm gonna answer you in a minute. You'll be like, "Well, are you serious?" Yeah. So the main thing in the state of Texas, guys, and for any military, if you're retiring out of the military, if you're getting a med board, the one thing that should come to mind is where I'm going to live, okay? Because we have a massive, and I'm not trying to scare you. I'm not trying to tell you that you will, but I'm saying to you guys that maybe, just maybe, some of you guys out there will end up homeless, okay? And not because you want to end up homeless, but because of bad decision making on the process out of the military. Okay, so I gotta tell you guys, take this life seriously. Take your life seriously. Take those briefings that you're taking out seriously. And then, if you don't believe me, look at the state of California. Look at the population they have. Look at the state of Seattle. Look at Arizona. I'm gonna give you an example. In Arizona, for example, there's over 150 veterans that collects a paycheck every month, and they live on the streets. They live by the VA in some kind of park. Anyway, take this thing seriously. Back to the questions between 90% and 100%, guys. What's the difference? The difference is that in the state of Texas, if you retire out of the military, it doesn't matter where you retire. You don't have to retire in Texas. You can retire anywhere, and then move to Texas. Which, by the way, that's my recommendation for anyone leaving the military, Air Force, Marine, whatever. The percentage from the VA is your percentage from the VA. So if you get between 10 and 90% VA disability, not Army, okay? The taxes that you will be paying in your home will be reduced, okay? And then they will give you an assessed value between $5,000 and $12,000, depending on the percentage that you get. You know, they have their own table, and then things change every day. Well, things change every year, not every day. Excuse me. But if you leave the military and then you receive 100%, you will not pay taxes on your property. You know, which is huge. It's huge. You know, let's say on a $300,000 home, that can be $5,000. You know, so that's that for right there. Okay. Other things about the state of Texas is that you will get your free license. Okay, you can get home loans. You know, just like the back VA loans from the state of Texas. You know, the state of Texas will help you out. Okay. Texas is currently the only state that offers land loans, okay? That you can buy a land to build your home, okay? Up to $150,000 with 5% down, okay? And 30 years rate depending on your credit, guys. The state of Texas will give you a loan to build your house, to build your own house, you know, in case that you don't want to live in one of these homes, you know, in an HOA or in a association. To buy your land for $150,000, guys. Okay, so that's very amazing. That's very, very, very amazing. Okay, and there's so many things on the state of Texas. Let me see. Question 2. How much is the CRSC? Okay, perfect. 2 great questions. Let me finish here with the state of Texas, and I will address the other 2 questions that Diesel just pointed out, guys. Okay. The one thing, Hazelwood Act, okay? Hazelwood Act is an amazing thing. The Hazelwood Act is a state of Texas only benefit. You can only get this in the state of Texas. And these provide veterans, spouse, and dependents, children, okay? With an education benefit of up to 150 hours of free tuition. And not just total, but per person. So, these do not include living expenses, books, or supply fees, guys, okay? So what the veteran must have, okay? Being a Texas resident when they enter the service, okay? Live in Texas, okay? Have honorable discharge, okay? Serve at least 181 days, active duty. Use up all VA education benefits. So it's not that you're going to go there and then you're gonna say, I'm not gonna use my GI Bill. I'm not gonna use my how you call it, my buck rehab. Let me use the state of Texas benefit first. No, that's not the case. The case is that you gotta use your buck rehab, because that's what I recommend always to people. Use your buck rehab first, then use your GI Bill. Listen to that. Buck rehab first, then GI Bill, and then use the state of Texas. You know, Hazelwood Act. There's another thing called the Legacy Act. This is for your children, guys. Veterans eligible for the Hazelwood Act can assign unused hours to a child under certain conditions, okay? Also, the Hazelwood Act for spouse and children. Spouse and dependent children are eligible active duty reserve or Texas National Guard who die in the line of duty as a result of the service-connected injury or illness. Well, if you die in the line of duty, that common sense. You pretty much receive, each one of you guys will receive 50 hours, okay? 50 hours, okay? Of the Hazelwood Act, okay? So I just want to clarify that. So let me clarify back on the Hazelwood Act. I think I made a mistake when I was talking to you. So the Hazelwood Act is 150 total hours for everybody, okay? That's the right point, which is a lot after you finish with your buck rehab and your GI Bill. The buck rehab is independent for each dependent, okay? That's your Title 34, okay? The GI Bill, it give you up to 36 months, I think. If you got the kicker that met better. The Legacy Act is in the case of the serviceman being deceased, every children will get 50 hours, which is a lot, you know, which is a lot, okay? And then there's a lot of things, you know, like employability help. There's also credits towards from your military service to the towards the state retirement, guys. And then you get your hunting and fishing licenses. You get your state park admissions. You get a spot at your Texas veterans cemeteries. Okay, there's no charge for burial of the veterans or the family. There's no charge for the burial of the veteran or their family. So I mean that's a big. If you think I'm only funny, I shouldn't be thinking about that. But that's a big peace of mind for people, like, hey, damn, this is good, I don't have to worry about, where my body's gonna rest for eternity and beyond. But I mean, I think it's amazing. Okay, stay on top of your benefits, guys. Those are your benefits. Let's go to answer questions number 2. Okay, and I'm gonna show you real quick. 1 second. I think I got it right here. So Diesel, the second thing that you asked me is what's the process you must make to submit a claim once you're out of the military? So it's very simple, but at the same time, it's not that easy. Okay. So the one way you can submit a claim to the VA is by going to this portal right here, and making your claim right. Let me put it right here and put a link so you guys can see it. Perfect. It's by using this link right here. Okay. Use this link right here, and then it's going to tell you everything that you have to do, how to file the VA claim, okay? How do I prepare? And then these links, guys, right here, they're just amazing, okay? And then it's going to give you a better chance. It's going to give you a better chance to understand where you at with your disability claim and where you are going, okay? The evidence that you need. Can I find my client online? Let's get started, guys, okay? Or you can do it by mail or in person. The one thing I will tell you, guys, okay, is that there's a group of people, there's groups of people in every state that help veterans like you and myself to fill these kind of claims, okay? Just like the CIRC and other claims. You should have on the way out of the military, you should have a wounded warrior transition representative that will stay with you, for the rest of your life, okay? And then these guys, when you are leaving the military, I want you guys to make sure that you get those point of contacts very, close to you. When I mean with close to you, I mean don't shred them, okay? If you get a call in one of those briefings, make sure that you call these people back, at least every other or every 3 months, and you ask them, hey, what's going on? This is such and such. I retired in this month. That's from your duty station. Okay. I mean, being a veteran is not an easy job. Trust me. You need to talk to them, ask them questions, tell them, hey, if there's any new changes to what's going on. And most of those guys, they will tell you, okay, like in my case, I went from Washington State to Arizona. My representative from the Wounded Warrior, I think, program changed to somebody here in Sierra Vista, and this guy, they have a bunch of different programs. They got a bunch of different benefits that you don't know because it just happened in the state of in my case happens in the state of Arizona. So what I do is that I keep talking to him at least once a month. I send him an email. Hey, what's going on, brother? Do you have any new things going on? Like last month, I was invited to play golf at this state of the art, guys, golf course. And when I went over there, I was like, I went over there with the impression that all I'm gonna do is just play golf. Probably me and somebody else, whatever. And actually, when I got there, there was a breakfast. Like banquet. I mean, it was ridiculous, amazing breakfast. There were like 50 people there. There were like 100 different sponsors. I mean, from dentists to engineers to just retired personnel that live in that in that area. Rich people. Rich stupid people. And then it was amazing. It was amazing. And then how I got to go to the golf tournament was by watching my email. Okay, every time my VA rep sent me something, I was like, instead of just blowing him off like, whatever, you don't know what you're talking about. I was like, I want to get involved. And then by going there, I start meeting people. And then I start meeting people, and people start telling me things. And then when I went to play golf, I went to play golf with a dentist, a veteran. It was me and another service member. And then we have an amazing day, and we actually put a video of this if you want to take a look at it. Search through my videos, and you will look it up. We have an amazing day. It was an amazing day. So yes. So how you file the VA disability claim? You can do it this way, or you can just stay in contact with your representative, with your transition ombudsman, I think it's the name, or your not your PEB. Your PEB won't do shit for you after you leave the military. But it's one of those things. It's one of those things. Okay, this I just saw your message right there, man. Hell to the no. Hell to the no. Last message is hell to the no. How much is the CRC? The CRC could be it's so the CRC could be anything. Okay, we don't decide how much the CRC is. Nobody has like a clear understanding of how much the CRC is. But my understanding based on what I get is that the CRC cannot be more than what you will be making if you were to retire with 20 years plus your VA. Okay, let's say that with the VA, and based on your rank. Okay, let's say with my VA disability 100%, I get 3,100. And let's say that my retirement pay as an E7 is 2,300. Okay, so let's say that I didn't have the chance to retire, or I don't receive any more money from the army, from the military. So the military, the CRC cannot be more than what my retirement pay from the military could be. Because HRC, when you submit your CRC package, it doesn't go to the VA, it goes to HRC. And there's people at HRC that takes into consideration how much you're supposed to get and how much you will be get paid. Okay, but eligibility, guys, be entitled and or receiving military retire pay. Okay, be rated at least 10% by the Department of VA. Waive your VA pay from your retire pay. Okay, and file a CRC application with your branch of service. Okay. Second thing is disables that might be considered combat related include injuries incurred as a direct result of. So what they say right here, if you have any of these injuries as a result of armed conflicts, hazardous duty, an instrument of war, or simulated war. So it could be that you went to Iraq or Afghanistan, okay, for the armed conflict, hazardous duty, that they send you to one of these riot places like in Bosnia, whatever the case may be, an instrument of war that or a simulated war that you got injured in like doing combative or how you call it if you go to California for these little trainings, you know what I mean, to the sandbox, I forgot the name, or that you go to a obstacle course. Yep, that is correct. Sorry, I'm watching at the comments. If you end up getting injured, like severely injured in an obstacle course, they will see that as a related included injury. Okay, so hey, I have my command telling me to take a chapter over a med board. What should I do? First of all, chapter over a med board. Let me tell you something. Are you gonna get paid what the VA is gonna pay you with that chapter? Is it because, let me tell you something, if you get a med board, okay, The VA is gonna pay you a check. You know, depends on your percentages, 10, 20, 30, 90, 100. You know, every month. Does the chapter gonna do that thing for you? So you got because I mean, what kind of chapter they're gonna give you? Fail to adapt if you are injured? I don't know. Can you be more specific on the chapter? You know, just to make sure that I'm not losing track here. The other thing I want to mention to you guys is these lump sums. Okay, every time you leave the military, and they try to tell you, oh, we're gonna chapter you out, man. You're gonna get this chapter out. You know, we're gonna give you a lump sum of money. It's gonna be like $120,000, and you're gonna be good. You know. So let me tell you something about those $120,000 that you're thinking you're gonna get. Okay, I'm gonna show you something that is gonna make your it's gonna make you happy. Let me tell you. Let me show you this right here. Can you see this right here? Max, full page. This is the IRS, guys. They're gonna tax you. They're gonna tax you, and they're gonna tax you, baby. Okay. And then after you finish, they're gonna tax you as soon as you get that money. Okay. And then let's say you get $100,000, they're gonna tax you so bad that by the time that you finish with getting this money, you're gonna end up with $30,000. Okay, because they're gonna tax you 25% right away. Okay, and then the IRS is gonna say, "Well, I need my tax income. I need this and that. And then the next year is those $40,000 that you got. That was an income that you get. From on that year. So you're gonna have to pay taxes on top of that. On top of those taxes. Man, let me tell you something. They have it good. They have it good. I mean, I'm not saying that this is the biggest scam ever, but I mean, how you think we pay for roads? How you think we pay for politicians? How we think that Biden was able to, to withhold $1 billion from this guy in the Ukraine? That wasn't their money. It was your taxpayer money, buddy. Okay. So is tell them not to take no chapter, man. Tell them not to take no chapter, unless they know for sure. Unless they know for sure they're gonna get zero. Well, you know what? I cannot even recommend it, because let's say you get 0% disability, okay? And when you get 0% disability, you leave the military, okay? Let's say that the command asks you, hey, we can give you a chapter instead of you getting no money. We can give you, we're gonna give you a chapter, and then you're gonna get the one lump sum, okay? And then you leave the military with money. So this is the thing. So down the road, you will go to the VA, and then because somebody like me, you're gonna see one of my videos, and you're gonna go to the VA, and you'll be like, how can I claim the disabilities that I obtained when I was in service? Or in active duty, or in the reserve, whatever the case. And then somebody gonna tell you, you're gonna watch my videos. You'll be like, oh, you got to go to the VA and file, this little paper. Then the VA is gonna send you to get some medical examinations, and then some doctor's gonna say, yeah, man, you need to get 80% for that. That happened during the military service, because you got your profiles, you got your records, you got all that thing. So all that good things, okay? And then when you go out of the military, the VA is gonna tell you, wait a second. Remember when you received your one lump sum, and the army give you $100,000, yeah? And then out of those $100,000, you pay your taxes. And then the next year you pay another taxes. You end up really with $35,000 in your hand. Yeah? Okay. This is the trick. The VA, you remember this. You end up with $30,000 in your hands. Okay? Remember this, or I'm going to tell you right now. It's going to break your heart. The VA will not start paying you, because let's say that the VA say that you're going to get 100%. That was wrong, what they did. But you need to get your 100% disability. So that's $3,000, let's say. The VA will not start paying you again, okay? The VA, let's say that you're, let me rephrase. Let's say that your pay start in January, because I want you guys to have a clear mind. In January, $30,000, okay? So the VA will say, okay, we're gonna start paying you in January, 100% disability, but you will not receive a check until we recoup back the money that you got from the military. And you're thinking, oh, 10 months, $3,000. Sure, do it. You know, maybe you're working, maybe you're with mom and dad, maybe you have your family, whatever the case may be, then you'll be okay. No, buddy, that's not the case. You need to repay back the military. Repay back. The VA will not pay you a penny until you pay $100,000, you know? The before taxes thing, you know? And you're thinking, wait a second, but I pay taxes. No. That's not how it works, guys, okay? And there's gonna be a lot of people saying X, Y, and Z. Got you, yeah, okay? Show me some proof, okay? Show me some proof. Send me out. The Army will not start paying you nothing until you repay back 100% of the money that the Army took from you. So it's one of those things, Diesel. There's one of those things. I hope that your soldiers have a clear understanding that this is just more than how you call it. How can I say? This is just more than one thing that happened in your life. This is like life. This is like the reality of everything. And it could be the difference between you making a good life and not making a good life. You know, I'm telling you. I mean, some people out there, okay, they got the military retirement, which is, you know, let's say an E7 that goes out of the military, okay, and then retire, and they give him then the retirement plus the medical the VA. I mean, VA is gonna pay them $3,000 plus, you know, if you get 100%. Your military retirement is gonna be like $22, $23, $2,500, depends on what you get. And then if you get on top of that a good paying salary, life is beautiful, man. And then all this, you know, no paying taxes on your home, and then this depends on the states. Okay, we talked about earlier about Texas. This depends on the state. Guys, don't forget to go to the links on the description below. And go to this chat section and ask any questions that you might have for this chat, okay? And let me tell you something. There's not many people out there telling you the things like I am telling you, okay? Many people out there are just, you know, giving you the, oh yeah, everything will be okay, you know, like in this case, some commander telling these guys, yeah, take a chapter instead of taking the MEB board. You're gonna end up anyway paying the money back, you know? And this is what I want you guys to see. Triple Army Medical Center. This briefing is from 2020, January 2020. I'm gonna take you through some of these slides right here. This is a PowerPoint presentation. Yes, this is a military slash something how you call it live stream that I'm gonna show you. I'm gonna show you some things for you guys to take a look into the military life. Okay, I mean we get killed by these, you know, PowerPoints when we're in the military, and yet still you're getting another one by me. So this is what the Triple Army Medical Center sends to the commanders and the first sergeants, because those are the front line. When it comes to med board, guys, I'm telling you, they are the front line. Those guys are the ones who you think are there to help you out. And then I got to tell you the truth, guys. 90% of those guys, they are helping you out, but there's a big number out there who they think that, you know, they shit don't stink, and they just want you to get all fucked up, you know. So that's what I'm saying to you guys all the time, man. Nobody will take care of your career. Nobody will take care of your life better than you. Let's go to these slides real quick. You know, I mean, there's a bunch of slides, but I want to point out some things right here, some keywords, some things I want you guys to see. So when the first sergeant commander received this, okay, you know, they told you what's the purpose of this, you know, provide you an overview of the PDES, you know, to inform key personnel of their responsibilities during the PDES, okay, Army Physical Disability Evaluation System, okay. So, you know, basic terminologies right here, okay. Pueblo is not your friend, okay. Again, Pueblo is not your friend. Pueblo is just the middle. I mean, and let me tell you something. There's a bunch of Pueblos out there. I mean, my Pueblo did an amazing job. I mean, she did an amazing job. There's a bunch of pebbles out there that, that they take care of you, but they're there to do a job, okay? And they get paid by your taxpayers' money, okay? So they are they are there to do their job. Don't forget about that, okay? Don't forget about that, okay? They're not your friends. You go over there, you receive services from a peddler, okay? And then in some cases, yeah, they're your, they can be cordial and they can be friendly, but they're not your friends, okay? You got to go there just thinking about the one mentality is, this is my life. I got to take care of my life. Are you going to trust everything that your peddler say? I will say 90% yes, 10% make sure that you always talk to, what was that? Make sure you always talk to your attorneys, okay? When you go to their legal office, those attorneys, they're not your friends, okay? They're not your friends, okay? You got to make common sense of what they're giving you. You got to act, you need to outsource yourself to other people. And I'm not saying barracks lawyers, because we have a bunch on the barracks thinking they know it all. And they will give you, out of every 10 pieces of advice they give you, one of them is going to be good, the other 9 is going to be garbage. So don't listen to your barracks lawyers, and take it by heart. Make sure that you got three different people telling you the same thing before you can okay, that sounds good. Okay, you have to be doubtful. Telling you, it's your career, it's your life moving forward. So going back to this PowerPoint, guys, this is how the APBS works. Pretty much what they say is, if you get a profile, the whole thing starts. Okay. Return to duty, reclassification, probation. Okay. Return to duty means that after you go through all these process, the number one goal for the physical performance, physical disability for the doctors is to return you back to duty, get your ass back to work. Okay. The second one is get you asked to work in another job, in another MOS. Okay. And then the next thing will be put you in probation from 1 through 6 months. Okay. So there's nothing here that says med board. Okay. Probation 1 through 6 months. See, in those 1 through 6 months, this is your probation. That's where when you can do something stupid, and your first sergeant commander will give you an Article 15, just one, and then you're out of the Army with a dishonorable discharge. I'm telling you guys, this is how I see it. It's maybe you see it different. Maybe you see a difference, but you tell me out there. You tell me. Put on the comments below. So I'll start with the physical form or physical profile DR3349. Guys, this is your profile, okay? How many of you guys save your profiles? I did. Every time I went to the doctor and I get a 3349, I save my profiles, Every time they made a mistake on my profiles, I save my profile. Every time I left the doctor's office, I left with a 3349 printed by them. Okay, I'm not gonna go to my office and print them all. Hell no. I want you to print me one. Okay, because that way I know that you are giving me a something that these doctors fails to do all the time is that a soldier goes to the clinic, if it's the military, in the Army or the Marines or the Navy or something like that. And what happened, guys? And what happened? Yeah, you're good. Let me give you this medication. You'll be fine. But then the question is, did you got a, how you call this? Jesus Christ, my mind. Did you get a diagnostic from the visit that you went to the doctor? And this is key, guys. This is very, very key. How many times you've been to the doctor, and sick call, whatever the case may be, in the Marines or the Air Force. In the Army, we call it sick call. You go to sick call, you go to the clinic, you go see a doctor, and what the doctors do? They give you some medication. Oh, you'll be fine. Boom. But then the question is, did the doctor wrote down in your records what you went to see the doctor for, and did they diagnose you with something? What is your injury? Why are you sick for? They don't have time. They overwork, they underpay. They're for real. If a doctor works at the clinic, not in the military, a military doctor. If a doctor works in a clinic, either they got, it's got to be something astronomical. Why a doctor is going to go join the military? Because they love the country? Okay, to the two of them, amen, okay? But most of these guys, they cannot either handle a business, okay? I'm serious. They cannot even handle a business, or two, they try to handle a business, they try to be the doctor, and they fail miserable, okay? Maybe the reception is what we're stealing from them. Maybe X, Y, and Z, and then they start hating the business side of being a doctor, okay? Maybe they work in a big hospital, and they came across that politics is a bitch, and they're not a good politicians, And they decide, you know what, I want to practice my craft, but I don't want to have any of these hassles, so let's join the force. I'm not saying that everybody's the same way, but you have some cases. If you're a doctor and you're watching this, you know what I'm talking about. And if you have common sense, you also know what I'm talking about. So these guys are overworked and underpaid. And one of the things that that sucks to them is that they have so many soldiers. Now they've seen at least 200 soldiers every day, and plus you have to do X, Y, and Z, and then some more. You end up, now you have a contract for so many years, and the politics of this is ridiculous. Everything starts with a DA 3349, guys. This is your friend. This is how you're gonna get your life on the right way. So every soldier with a 3 or 4 needs to be referred to the PPES, okay, or PDES, MedBoard, okay. They need to be recommended, okay? And they have to be permanent, okay? They have to be permanent. The one thing that they're gonna do, okay, and then I want you guys to take a look this right here, guys. AR 40-501, chapter 3. That's a good source, okay? And because using that regulation, is the physician will need to be to say, hey, this individual meets the retention criteria for MOS. So some of you guys already been through the MedBoard process, or you're halfway, you're almost done, and then you ask yourself, but wait a second, how they determine that? Because you saw the doctor came with a clipboard and a thing that says, can you lift 25 pounds? Can you do this X, Y, and Z? AR 40-501. That's why you got to look into it. Okay, go to Army Pops or Air Force Pops. You will be able. I'm sure the Air Force have their own version. The Air Force will not use the AR. So AR means Army regulation. So just to let you guys know, okay? So the one thing that you got to know is that the 3349 requires profiling officers to check either MMRB or MEB/PEB box, okay? In block 4C. You need to pay attention to that bullet, okay? Your 3349, once you receive your 3349, if they give you a med board, if they're telling you you're going into the med board, block 4 Charlie must be checked, okay? Because maybe you go, yeah, I'm gonna med board you, they give you a 3349, and when you look at the box, it's not checked. 2 months pass by, nothing has happening. You need to pay attention to those things, okay? So what the commander is gonna do? What the commander is gonna do, okay? He's gonna review the profile. He's gonna evaluate appropriateness, determine if the soldiers can perform their mission regarded by his or her primary MOS or duty assignment. This is why you need to go see your commander, okay? He's gonna sit down with you in the office. He's gonna sit down with you over there, okay, in the office. You guys been there to the first commander's office after you get your med board, okay? And what they do? What they do, guys? What they do? 1 second. They try. I mean, in some. I'm not saying in all cases, but I'm saying in some cases. Hey, Manuel, thank you so much. In some cases, they're just trying to figure it out. If X, Y, and Z, they're trying to figure you out. Okay. Because they need to type a memorandum, and some commanders just don't have the time to type a memorandum. The same way they don't have time to do proper inventories in their shit, I'm telling you guys, military life, man, you guys should get paid more. Then now the commander has to contact your physician. he don't even know who the fuck he's gonna call. I'm so serious, guys. That's why they ask you, hey, who's your doctor? Who do I need to talk? You know, this X, Y, and Z, you know? I mean, it's just one of those things. It's just one of those things. And then they provide F1 with the ESR process, okay? So let me see if we are here. Good. Who gets a copy of the profile? Everybody in the chain of command. So as soon as you get a copy of your form, guess what? 3349. Everybody gonna get a copy. You know, the soldier get one, the commander get one, your S1 gets one, your battalion commander gets one, your NCORC gets one. Everybody wants a profile. You know, your supervisor gets one. You know, and you're like, God damn it, you know. And on the officer side, it's the same thing. You know, he gets one, his commander gets one, his major gets one, his supervisor gets one, his chief gets one. It's just one of those things, guys. But I mean, the next slides pretty much are going to tell you what are the responsibilities of different people. Okay. One of the things that you need to know is that as you go into the med board process, there's a couple of doctors that have to sign on your MEB. You know, once your doctors say, hey, yeah, you're gonna med board, at the clinic, somebody higher than that doctor needs to review your paperwork and say, yeah, he or she are good to get the med board package, you know, forward. Okay. This is what the medical board is not, guys. Okay, it's not to reclassify you. Okay, you will not sit in front of a panel of a board member unless you're towards the end, and then you're trying to appeal the percentages that you get. Okay, this is very informal, guys. This is, you know, like they say right here, requires 2 physicians to confirm, you know, everything that you have while we send you out, and that's why that's the best thing for the military, not for you. Why this is the best thing for the military. Okay. Now, if you start a med board, okay, if the med board starts at this point, you cannot reclassify. Okay, at this point, you cannot say, okay, I cannot make it on this job. You know, I'm going to reclassify. No, what they do is that at this point, you have to go to the whole process. Okay. You have to go to the whole process, and if the board decides that, yeah, we're gonna send you back to duty, you know, pretty much they gotta say, this is the catch-22. Pretty much they gotta say, oh, everything is good with you, everything is good with you. You're not gonna be med board. We're gonna send you back to duty, reclassify. Let me tell you something, man. You're carrying a cross in your back if this happened to you, okay? Because everybody will know that you're reclassifying because, you know, you went through the med board and they say no to you. And now, I mean, it's like a laser target on your back, man. You got to be really careful with this. I never seen this case, and hopefully I never seen it where somebody goes to the med board and the doctors, because to go in, you have to be fucked up. I mean, it means that you went through the whole thing. It didn't work out for you, and they send you back to active duty. I'm telling you, you're going to be doing stop duty every other day. Every other day. And you're trying to reclassify, oh yeah, you can be a cook, or you can be a cable dog or something like that. In this couple slides, you know, that shows you, you know, the things that will be on your paperwork, okay? This right here talks to you about the med board process. You know, they go back to the AR 40-501 chapter 3, guys. You guys should take a look at it and then read about it. I'm going to put a link of this slide in the chat so you guys can have it. Can a soldier appeal the med board, guys? And I want to stay here for a second, and I want to tell you guys, yes, okay? If the soldiers disagree with any portion of their medical board, they have the right to appeal it. Any portion, okay? Let's say that you went to your Pablo and then you saw something over there and you sign anyway, even after you sign your med board paperwork, okay? Yeah, you can still appeal that. Hell yeah. You go back to the attorney, you tell him, hey, I don't feel good about it, okay? And make sure you do it in writing, okay? Make sure you do it in writing. Nothing about not an email. You need to submit a memorandum, okay? Your Pueblo should assist you doing this. Diesel, what's the difference between PDRL and TDRL? Okay, PDRL means pretty much that the rating that you get from the military, everything that you get is finalized. Okay, it's a permanent review of your records. Everything is set in stone. That's it. TDRL is a temporary retirement. Okay, so and I seen one case, only one case, where after the TDRL period, the military call you back and they say, hey, you're being cured. You're going back to active duty. And I see in only that with somebody from the NSA, somebody that they really needed it. And they play this card on him. But anyway, PDRL is permanent, TDRL is temporary. I've been over a year on TDRL, and then it was almost in month 14 when they called me back and they changed my status from TDRL to PDRL. So nothing to worry. But if you go to the TDRL, one of the things that you need to know is that if you go to the VA and they give you appointments, you must go to those appointments. Okay. If you were getting seen from your behavioral health once a month, you need to still go to the VA and make those appointments. You know, you have to replicate everything from the military into the VA, guys. Remember that, okay? If you are going for your knee, for physical therapy, once a week or twice a month, you have to go to the VA once a week or twice a month, or once a month, whatever the case may be. So when the TDRL process finish and they say, is the soldier rehabilitated? They either say yes or no. So if they say yes, you're going to lose some numbers. You're going to lose some points. If they say no, it's still the same. Hint, hint. Soldier's still the same. So you're still getting the same amount of money. But if soldier's good, oh no, he's been coming here, because they start making friends with their physicians. They start making friends with the behavioral health. They start making friends with the people that trying to help him out, you know? Oh no, he's fully recovered out of PTSD. Oh, let's take that 70% out. Oh, he's fully recovered out of sleep apnea. Oh, go back to active duty, you know? So, and I'm not saying lie, I'm just telling you the facts, okay? If there's a way that soldier can stay in, yes, okay? If you're one of those guys, I'm gonna put a link in the description below. You can take a look at this. Yes, there's a ways you can stay in, okay? One of the things that I will tell you is for some of those guys who are on the way out and they want to finish their 20s or they want to finish X amount of months or whatever, you can also put a waiver. You know, you can say, yeah, I take the med board, but I want to put an extension where I can stay in the military until I finish my retirement. And the HRC approves those, most likely 3 years. If you got 3 years or less to retire, they approve those. You can stay on the military. You still get your med board on the way out. And the good thing is that then you get your retirement pay and you get your VA pay. Okay. Why does it take so long? Let me tell you something. Because the system is shit. Okay. The system is shit, guys. Like for real. The system is shit. There's no much I can tell you about how this system is outdated, guys. It's super outdated, and then it's very difficult for the whole med board process to go, smooth. Not every med board process will be the same. Not every soldier will have the same situations in their life. Not everything will be the same. That's why you need to stay in contact with people like myself or Diesel or people in your duty station, in your unit station, whatever the case may be. So you can get the latest and the newest when it comes to the med board process, guys. Okay, guys, I think I'm done with this today. Thank you so much, guys. Thanks, bro. Now, let's go watch the Super Bowl. One second. Hello? One second.
Yeah, I'm going to start asking about how they get their rating.
Oh, go ahead.
All right.
Let me do this right
So
now.
I'm gonna start asking in the chat. Hey, so how does the VA compile their ratings? I got 70 and 50. That adds up to 100. But why didn't I not get 100?
Oh,
So
go ahead.
all right.
That's a question for me, or are you gonna answer that yourself?
Yeah, I'm gonna ask the question in the chat.
No. I mean, you are in the blog right now. Like, I'm sure you can hear yourself.
Oh no. Okay. So yeah, the question I'm asking for everyone, like, if you get, why am I not getting 100% if it mathematically adds up?
Okay, let me tell you how and then I don't know if you guys can see. You will see this with a delay because you're right now talking to me on the phone. But you will see a delay on the screen. But what I'm telling you right now, it's showing on the screen. So it's probably gonna take 30 seconds for you to see the whole thing. So this is let me put this. I'm gonna also put this link. On the fuck, let me put it right now. So this is the link for the calculation board that I'm using right now. Okay. So and everybody listen to you. So let's say that it's a good question to begin with. It's a good question. So many people say, hey, I got 70 from PTSD and 50 from sleep apnea. Why I am not getting 120 of disability? Okay, it's because the VA, how can I say this? The VA calculates this as in parts of your body. Okay, so let's say that you get from your left leg a disability rating of 50. Okay, and you're from your right leg you get 50. Okay, so we will be thinking, that you get 100%. Yeah, but in
Yeah.
case in the case of the military, it's not. You're actually getting 80%. Okay,
Mm.
so and then I'm showing this on this page that will help people out, based on their situation. Okay, so it shows a combined disability of 75. Okay, but the current disability rating will be 80%. This page is amazing for people to use because it will give you different things to help you out, and then it will give you a compensation of 1657.80 with 80%. Okay, let's say that on your left arm you got a couple things that that are hurting your arm, whatever, and you get another 50 on your arm, and then that will give you just 88. You see, and you'll be thinking, why I'm not getting 200 and 175? It's
Right.
that's just the way they count it. And then let's say right arm, you get 10%. Now your thing just went to 91. And there's another things. It asks you about dependence on this right here. You can be getting this is a good tool, guys, right here. Okay, but I want you guys to think about this. Okay, so you're gonna list in your NARSOM, you're gonna list different disabilities. Okay, and then all the disabilities will be extracted from the whole body 100%. Okay, so let's say that in your did I answer your question, Diesel?
Yeah. You answered it.
Awesome. So let's say that your whole body is 100%. The first disability that you get is a 50. Okay. Now we're gonna subtract 50% of your body. We're gonna take it out, and you get another 50. Yeah. So that 50 you gotta calculate it as a 100 again. So when the next disability comes, let's say the first one was PTSD, and you got 100 on PTSD or 50 on PTSD. The other 50% will be measured as a 100. So let's say that the next thing that you get is a right leg ligament torn, and it's a 50. So that 50%, now you have to divide it by 10. Yeah, and then
Okay.
the 50% will give you, instead of giving you the 100% that you're looking, is going to give you just 75. Okay.
Wow.
So I mean, yes, that's why many people. Let me get this out of here, and then that's why many people don't get the percentages that they're looking for. Not just because they are there are no sick is because the way the VA measures this is right here. So when you go to the medical evaluation board, when you go through your MEB, you need to claim everything that you're going through, everything. You know, for as small that it is, and there's people that always forget that. People forget that, you know, we have created, or like in my case, we have created something called tolerance.
Nice,
We're,
good, thank you.
we're tolerant to the pain. We're tolerant to the injuries, you know, and then we create this resistance, which at the end of the day, you know, this resistance, you know, you have to think about, hey, what it was like before I joined the army. What was my state of mind before I joined the army? What was my state of health before I joined the army, you know? And if you can say, hey, I was a super healthy guy, and then now since I've been in the military, I'm all jacked up, you know? I don't have good sleep. I sleep with a machine, you know, sleep apnea. I'm always in a bad mood. My wife thinks I'm crazy. My kids barely talking to me. But before the military was different, you know? Oh, I used to have a lot of friends. I was very sociable, but now I'm more secluded, you know? I'm more of a person that you know, I'm not a sociable. You know, that could be anxiety, depression, PTSD. You know, I'm always sitting with my back towards the wall. Every time I park my car, I park it in reverse because, you know, it's not because you're looking for an easy way out, because you want to be, you know, proactive or cool. It's, yeah, you park. You know why you park all your vehicles in your house like they are at the motor pool. You know, that's some next level OCD. You know, OCD. Claim it. You know. So that's where we are with that. So
So if
well,
I get like if I get a 93%, does it round up or does it round down?
no, 93%. 93% will be. 1 second. Let me make sure that I do it here. I put the link on the description below. So I'm gonna show in the how can I get to a 93? Left leg 70, right leg 50. I'm doing that's 94. Yeah, 94 will give you 90% disability. Let's say you get 94%, 93.
Yep.
That will give you 90.
So anything 95 or anything with a 5, it rounds up, right?
Yeah, if you get to the 95, okay, let me take off this 50, let's do 60 here. So if you get for one left leg, right leg 60. Yeah, anything 90, anything 96 and up will give you the 100. But if you get 95 or below, then you get 90. So
if I get a new job, let's say I get a job, am I obligated to tell them that I have exited the military because of PTSD or any of my medical?
no.
Do I
I
have to
mean,
cover
you
that?
don't have to. You have your HIPAA, you have your confidentiality. Every nobody's supposed to ask you. You know, if a company asks you to release your DD 214, or they ask you to explain the situations why you're being medical retired, you know, you probably can sue them. You know, if they ask you any questions on the interview, you know. HR professionals are very aware of this. You know, they have a lawsuit in their hands. You know, if they discriminate against you because of your disabilities, they're on they can get sued. But in the same case, I will tell you, and I will tell everybody that if you are leaving the military, you know, and then when you see these boxes, these applications, these job applications, and they ask you, are you a member of the military? Yes. Were you disabled? Yes. Do you have any disabilities? Yes. And let me tell you why. Because every company is supposed to have a balance of individuals working for them. Okay. And then it looks very good on a company that hires people with disabilities to fill the position. Because if you're capable to fill the position, you know, they just fill the positions, you know, great, perfect, not a problem. But if they fill the position with somebody who is military or military disabled, they will give incentives to the company as a big company numbers. Not maybe as if you work for Northrop Grumman, not maybe for Northrop Grumman in your location in Michigan or Texas or Arizona, but for Northrop Grumman as a corporate, there will be, yeah, we employ 17 disabled veterans, you know. So yeah, don't worry about it. Don't worry about it with big companies. I will say with small companies, be more concerned about it. Don't express all the why, all the reasons why. You know, once you get hired, you can, it's obvious that people will talk and they will say, yeah, this is why I'm retired, whatever. So it will come up. It will come up to the light one way or another when you go to your appointments. You know.
Okay, so since we're staying on employment, um, I have two questions. What are the best fields for disabled veterans, especially that specialize in attention to detail, um, being on time, getting task driven individuals, especially a lot of leadership on them. And then the second question is, I've been going through a course with CBT Nuggets. Can you explain that further too, and the
Yeah,
benefits?
that's a good question, man. So the two best fields for people with live in the military. Okay, two best fields is the first one is the medicine field. Okay, and just because there's so many options for an individual to work in the medical field, you can be a project manager, you can be a lead, you can be, and it doesn't have to be on a medical field. You can, I mean, there's so many things to work on the medical field. I mean, hospitals got the best budgets ever. They have the best HR teams out there. I mean, and why is that? Because they get sued a lot. They get a bunch of lawsuits, medical malpractice. They get so much shit into the medical field that they have to improve their organizations by doing what's right, by the law, by the books, in every other aspect. Because most clinics, most people lose funding based on that. So they have to. I mean, it's more than one answer for that question. There's so many keys to the medical to the medical point that I'm trying to make. The second one is IT, guys. I mean, I think it's very easy for anybody to find themselves an IT job. Okay, either as security, physical security, or information technology, guys. Because it's very easy for most of the people that leave the military, they leave with a clearance, okay, which is required by most IT professionals. And the second thing, getting a certification like NEC Plus or Security Plus from CompTIA, or maybe CCNA out of Cisco, or SEC 41 or GSEC 41 out of the SUNS Institute. I mean, we require maybe 3-4 months of hard study, buying a book and paying for the test and then getting certified. And there's so many jobs out there, so many jobs that, I mean, it's just ridiculous. Most people go to USA Jobs. They just want to get a GS job as soon as they leave the military. And then I get it, I understand that, but let me see Texas. Close this real quick. I'm gonna show you. There's right now, I'm looking on Indeed.com. Okay, Indeed.com. Oh, Jesus Christ, did I mess up? No, right here. And then I just type IT support. IT support in the state of Texas. There's 1,108 jobs. So if you're leaving the military and you're not getting a job, I mean, either in the medicine industry or the IT industry, I mean, you are not thinking things through. You haven't planned accordingly. This is the one thing I got to tell you. IT people, or companies that hire IT professionals, they need more than IT. They need somebody who's going to check their clearances. They need somebody who's going to take care of their travel. They need somebody who's going to take care of their logistics. They need somebody who's going to take care just to make sure that they turn in their time cards on time. So you don't have just to be on the IT field. You don't have to be an IT guy. They need a project manager. They need a flight support. I mean, there's so many jobs out there on Indeed, on USA Jobs, that it just blows my mind. Blows my mind. So those are the first two, and then, like, like you all guys all know, Starbucks and the banks, AT&T, Verizon, T-Mobile, they love to hire professionals, military professionals. They just love to, and they pay pretty good. So that's my recommendation. Do you have what was the other question, or did I answer both?
Yeah, CBT nuggets. Can you explain that and the benefits to veterans?
Oh yeah, we talk about that. Oh, I appreciate that. So CBT Nuggets, I mean, this is a company that I use. I'm gonna put this on the screen, by the way. CBT Nuggets. This is a company that I use I work for the government, doing IT, and then I'm in charge of the a section. And one of the things that I'm in charge is to ensure that my guys are trained and they meet the certification requirements. So there's we use CBT Nuggets to begin with. CBT Nuggets has an amazing program that will give veterans exiting the military up to 6 months. Okay, up to 6 months of training, and it's called. Let me show you right here. It's called Outside the Wire. Okay, if you are transitioning out of the military, and you're still in the Army, you're still active duty, you still have the active duty card, you can submit to these guys on CBT Nuggets, Outside the Wire. Let me put this right here on the chat so you guys can see it. This is for Outside the Wire. Okay, you guys can start with that. So CBT Nuggets will give you up to 6 months, or will give you 6 months of free training, just for you guys to train in any IT certifications. They do have anything from Security Plus. Did I put it right? 1 second, let me see. They have all classes from networking, system programming, cloud services, workforce, project manager. In addition to that, I mean, they have AWS certifications, just in case you want to work for Amazon. In addition to that, Microsoft and Amazon, they have two amazing programs where they pretty much give you their training for free, for free. But you got to have at least, I think, 6 months remaining on the military so you can join those cohorts. And then at the end of your cohort, you either join the Amazon or Microsoft. But I think for somebody who got less time and then they need to get their job up pronto, like ASAP, CBT Nuggets will give you what you need. Okay?
All right.
What do you think? Any other questions?
So we talked about employment. We talked about location. Can we talk about what exactly we touched about it a little bit with the education? But I'm looking at the Voc Rehab. Is it true that they give you 48 months of benefits at E5VAH?
That is correct. That is correct, Diesel. That is correct. They will start you with 18 months, okay? But it's more than that. So the Voc Rehab, one of the things about Voc Rehab is that Voc Rehab will help you out to get employed. The first thing you're going to do is you're going to go to Voc Rehab, to their offices. You're going to set up an appointment, okay? Make sure that you got your DD-214. Make sure you have your military card. Make sure that you have your orders, You're going to go there. They probably won't see you in the same day. They're going to make you to come back for an appointment, okay? And then on that appointment, you're going to go early in the morning, and they're going to give you a briefing. And on that briefing, they're going to tell you a bunch of things. They tell you this program is only for people who are not employable, who are employable but can't find a job, or who are employable but they don't have a job because they don't have education, okay? So right. The Voc Rehab is not for somebody who already has a job, who's looking for a promotion. That's not their main intent. Can you still get education? Talk to your Voc Rehab professional. They will help you out. Trust me. But the intent of Voc Rehab is to pay for people who cannot get a job. Okay. Now, once you go to that briefing, at the end of that briefing, they will tell you, okay, you're gonna fill up this paperwork, and you will see your counselor. They will assign you a counselor. Okay. Now, when you go to the counselor, your counselor is going to tell you, so in my case, hey, Rick, so what are your goals? And in my case, I'd be like, hey, this is the job that I'm looking for. This is the education that I have, and then this is the service that I have. So he or she will tell you, hey, I want you to go back home, do your research, find me 3 jobs just like the same that are willing to hire people like you, and then throughout the course of the time that you're doing school, they might ask you, hey, are you submitting applications for jobs? Are you submitting applications to get hired? Is people calling you back? And then you need to go back to them, tell them, yeah, this is my application, this is the emails, but either I am getting hired because of this program is helping me out, or I am not getting hired because I don't have a completed degree, you know? And yes, when it comes back to the BAH, yes, they will give you the E5 BAH based on the location that you are. Okay, so if you are in New York, they will give you BAH for New York at the E5 rate. If you have dependents, they will give you E5 rate at the with dependents rate. And then if you are, like in my case, Arizona, I get BAH at the E5 with dependents rate. It's like 900. It's like $900. And they don't call it BH, they call it substance allowance rate, okay? Substance allowance. Yeah. So it's pretty easy, you know. It's pretty easy. There's so many ways for people to succeed in the out of the military. In addition to that, let's say that something that I want to clarify is that if you are going through using your buck rehab and your spouse is using buck rehab, I'm not sure if both people will get BAH at the same rate, but both will get subsistence allowance. That's why they don't call it basic allowance for housing, you know? So right. Let's make sure that you guys, you know, anybody in that situation, they do the right research and call the guys at buck rehab. So okay. It's very easy. I think leaving the military in these dates, you know, is a great opportunity to take advantage of these programs out there, and then don't leave money on the table, because Congress is putting money for us, military personnel, leaving the military or out of the military, retire, for us to use it. If you don't use that money is going back to the government pockets to be distributed across, I don't know, somewhere, you know, that you probably don't agree with, you know? So if you got these funds available to you guys, use it, okay? So
and what about the medical after you get out the military, I believe they said something about TRICARE being cheaper. I think like $500 a year for your family package. Is that true? What's the benefit of getting medically retired from the military? So if I get above 30% from the military DOD side, what are the benefits that my family get, and what am I entitled to also?
Okay, so let's talk about just the healthcare money that you're gonna need.
Yeah.
Okay, so the healthcare will be for some of you guys will be either TRICARE Prime, TRICARE Extra, or TRICARE Standard. That's based on there's the three different options. And yes, in my case I got TRICARE Prime. As soon as I leave the military, I still being seen by the VA. Okay. But my family gets TRICARE Prime. I pay $50 some for that for TRICARE Prime. That's for my medical, okay? Not including vision and dental, okay? Let me see if I can put right here. Let me check my email real quick. Where is it? Okay, perfect. So yeah, your family will be covered on the TRICARE Prime. You need to make sure that when you're leaving the military, you go to the VA and then you fill all this paperwork, okay? Because the VA are going to be the guys helping you out, do the TRICARE Prime process. In some bases, before you leave the military, they have this done for you guys. So I think that's That's amazing. Okay, that's the best thing. One of the best briefings that I got on my base on JBLM was the TRICARE one, because and then of course you got to give them your bank information, your routing. Make sure that you get your routing information or account information, because they will withdraw this $56 or $60 out of your account every month. For example, let me tell you why this is so beautiful, so amazing. I got my own coworkers at work. Some guys pay $1,000 every month for him and his family to have I mean, medical. It's just crazy amount of money, you know. When we pay $500, they pay $12,000. So it's just one of those things. So yeah, we need to take care of that. The dental and vision, as soon as you leave the military, they will give you a package where you're gonna call. Let me by the way, let me find it for dental and vision. One second. Okay.
So what he's saying, guys, pretty much is why he finds that is you're entitled to a lot of benefits, but if you leave it on the table, that it's just going to dwindle away. Because if you forget to go ahead and sign up to TRICARE and you forget to be due diligent about your time, that it's going to miss you by, and it's going to be a lot harder to tap into those benefits after the time has been allotted. So just make sure you guys are mark the dates. As soon as you get out, hey, this is what I'm going to do. Put it on your calendar. Set reminders, and then just do it.
That is correct, Diesel. That is correct. I'm trying to find the Fed BPE, because it's not showing.
Looks like we got a question from Danny. He said, "What if we get 20% from the Army, no blue card?"
Okay, so
that sounds like a severance.
Let me see if I can see. That right there sounds like a severance pay, man.
That don't sound too good.
Yeah, the magic number is 30, man. I will say to you guys, go ahead and appeal, man. Go back to the appeals process. I mean, so you're telling me that you're getting a med board, but there's only 20% of your body that they're deeming that is not good. I mean, come on. I will say to you guys, go back, listen to your body. Make sure that your claim is somebody's taking a look at your claim. Let me finish right here, Diesel. It's probably showing now on the screens. But benefits, okay? Benefits, this is the page where you're gonna go if you're trying to get your dental and your vision. I put the link in the description on the comments for you guys to take a look into what kind of dental plans can I have. So currently the season opens for benefits for people like me who's been out of the military for a year or more between December and January. Okay, let me take a look, and then that's when people can opt, like people with a 30% or more can apply for these benefits. Okay, for dental or for these are the programs right here. Let me show you the dental vision is Fed BPE. On the tools right here, you will see dental and vision compare tools. Okay, dental 5640. Okay, bi-weekly. Let me show you how much you'll be paying. 2020. This is the different options that you have. So if you have questions about this, this is the whole thing. This is a whole video I need to make about this Fed BPE, because it's very intricate, and we need to go into every single plan and tell you and show you, hey, this is how you're gonna get your dental and your vision. But benefits is right here. Who can apply for benefits for dental and vision is people leaving the military. You gotta have a main situation happening in your life, like you just got out of the military, or you just let's say you're single.
I'm just trying to go in and out.
let's say that you are single and then you have the birth of a child, and that happened right there. So that's when you can apply for that. So just because it's not open season doesn't mean that you cannot apply for benefits. It just means that you got to have a live serious event for you guys to go into and apply for these benefits. I want you guys to take a look at the link, okay? The one that says benefits. If you're looking at your healthcare, and then they have a tool right here when they give you different plans for dental and vision, long-term care, that's for older people, and flexible spending. Flexible spending, it's just a program where you put money directly into this pre-tax. Let's say in my case, I got braces. They're gonna cost me $6,000. So I use a flexible spending, and I tell them I'm gonna send you X amount of money in a year, so I can pay for my braces tax free. You know, and then what you do is you go to this, you go to your doctor, you pay them the bill, and they come back at you and they say, oh yeah, we can withdraw the money from your flex spending account on benefits. So I mean, there's a lot of things. This is the link. Take a look at it. Hopefully you guys get any good information, and you can always ask me or ask Diesel. If you go to his page, he also has a YouTube page. And then we can provide you with some information, you know, after this live stream. What do you think, Diesel?
Yeah, that sounds good.
Sounds good,
great.
Man.
What else? I think that's all.
Anything else that you want to cover, or any other thing that you see over there?
Let me see. Let me look at the chat. Miguel, do you got any questions? I see you just here in the chat. And Danny, did that answer your question about the 20% blue card?
So one thing that I want to tell Danny is that, you know, with that 20%, you will not get how can I say this? The only thing you're gonna get a thank you, a pat in the back, and a goodbye. You're not gonna get a card, you know. So unless you got your 20, unless you got 20 years.
You said what? MEB board because of behavioral health. So the question looked like Alton. He said, "How will you know if you're getting a MEB board because of behavioral health?"
So how will you? Okay, I see that right now. How will you know? So you know, you probably just got into the chat, you know, kind of late. You want to say welcome to you first. I want to say welcome to the chat. The one thing I got to tell you is how you will know if you're getting a med board because of BH diesel. So your behavioral health specialist or your counselor must tell you in the face, I'm recommending you for med board. There's no going back behind your back kind of deal when it comes to med board. They have to tell you and you have to agree. Okay? So nobody can start a med board on you unless you say yes, you know, because it's your medical, you know. And why I'm saying this, because let's say you have a pain in the back today and your doctor tells you, oh, we're gonna give you med board because you got pain in the back, and then you can go right there and tell them, oh, 1 second, Jesus just saved me, just cured me, I have no pain anymore. What the doctor's gonna do rather? He cannot start the med board on you, you know. Because I mean, why you? I mean, you know what I mean. So there's things out there. But anyway, going back to your question, how is the process? Pretty much, your behavioral health specialist submit your paperwork. It goes to a higher headquarters. The physician from the higher headquarters will how you call it? The physician from the higher headquarters will say yays or nays, and then it's going to come down to the back to you guys, and then your doctor will tell you, yeah, we're starting the process. We got the 2 signatures. You can also look at this if you go to your online. If you go to AKO and you look at your profile online, you will see when your permanent P3 or P4 will get signed by 2 physicians, and rather, you know that your report is on track. Danny, what if I have more than 30 days of leave saved up, but they only give me 30 days of terminal leave? Can you still Can use all the rest. Yeah. So first of all, they cannot give you up to 30 days. Okay. If you want to get more than 30 days of that how you call it, transitional leave, the only thing you need is a 4187 signed by your battalion commander. Okay. And then they should not be telling you, no, you only can take 30. Nope. That is incorrect. And then they say, and if they say to you, the battalion commander is not going to sign it, you got to ask. I mean, you got to ask him why he's not going to sign it. You know, I'm going to submit my 4187. It's up to him or her to sign it or not sign it. If they don't sign it, they need to give me some. They need to give me some reasons. I want to use the open door policy and seeing that individual. Okay, they're going to tell me on my face why they're not saying it, why they're not giving it to me. You know. I mean, maybe there's some. I mean, and then you got to see how many people have relieved your military in the same terms. Have they get their 30 days? Have they get more than 30 days? You know, they got. If you have to use JAG, you have to use JAG. If you got to go to EO or IG, you have to use them. You know, because there's a lot of things happening. So,
Rick, hey, I'm good. I'm good right now. I'm on the road, so thanks for the conference. I'll still be on the chat though.
All right, brother. So if you have any questions, the chat will still open for you guys. You know, so you guys can ask questions and whatever the case may be, guys. All I want to say to you guys is thank you so much for participating today. You guys been amazing, and then hopefully I see you on my next video. Okay, take care, guys. I'm gonna put something right here so you guys can see downloads. Put some music.